Welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title, today we're going to be hitting glutes. I'm going to take you guys through my full glute routine so you guys could get some glute gains too. But before that, to get those glute gains, we're going to have to fuel up for this leg day. Food is fuel. We got to get our protein in to grow those glutes. So for my pre-workout meal, we're going to have some Greek yogurt with berries, and I'm going to show you guys my favorite way to make that. That makes it taste amazing. Then I obviously have to take my creatine for even more gains. This yogurt is the best Greek yogurt ever. Macros are amazing and it tastes amazing. I'm just gonna add some frozen blueberries. And also I love mangoes, so I'm gonna add some frozen mangoes. And then I'm gonna add some of these s'mores rice cakes. These are the best thing ever. I don't even know. I don't have words for it. They have so many different flavors and I'm just obsessed with them. I'm just gonna like squish them up. And then I'm going to add some raw honey. Look at that. This is so good. High protein with a little bit of fast absorbing carbs in there to fuel you for your leg day. Perfect pre-workout snack. For my creatine, I like to take these creatine gummies since I am planning on getting an energy drink today. I'm gonna take my creatine, eat my pre-workout meal, and then I'll see you guys at the gym. I'm gonna try these natural ones by First Form. Okay guys, we are now at the gym. Before we start the workout, I always like to start with warming up. Even though we're not doing upper body, I always like to just stretch out my back, my upper body, because we are going to be using our upper body to hold the weight. You don't want to strain anything. Never skip warming up, guys. Next thing I like to do is roll out, especially after working. Like, it feels so good. My back literally cracked like 1,000 times already. When you train glutes, you're using your posterior chain, so your back is gonna get really tight. So you definitely want to make sure you're rolling out your back before glute days. I'm gonna also roll on my hamstrings. And guys, usually my mobility warm-up only takes me about 5 to 8 minutes. So don't be lazy, it doesn't even take that long. So the first actual mobility warm-up I do are these. Open up my hip flexors. And I just like to do my traditional stretches. For the next one, we're gonna do these. I like to do these for my ankle mobility and again my hip mobility. Then I like to do some hip circles, I think, or what they're called. So I go outward a few times, then I go inward, then I go straight out a few times. We're just gonna do that same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna go into some glute bridges, and for those I like to use a band. I found a booty band, so we're gonna put this right over our knees just like this. I got the pink one so it matches me. I just do these until my glutes really start to burn and activate, and you want to make sure you're pushing your knees out against the band so it's doing its job. I like to really squeeze my glutes at the top, and I'm pushing from my heels. So you can see, like, I'm only pushing from my heels. Now that our glutes are all activated, we're gonna stand up now for the rest of the warm-up. We're just gonna do some bodyweight squats. And then I forgot what these are called, but I do a few of these. I like to do some bodyweight RDLs as well. So that's it for the warm-up. Now we're ready to start. Okay guys, for the first workout, we are going to do hip abductions. I like to do these first to activate my glutes. We'll do 4 sets of about 15 reps. Doing higher volume just to really get that burn and activation. So I like to put my weight on about 110 pounds. But obviously everyone's gonna be different, so don't copy what I do. When I do these, I like to sit at the edge of the bench. I like to lean a little bit forward, and I like to push from my heels. Try to keep my upper body stable, and I'm pushing and squeezing my glutes at the end. This is a warehouse gym, so I am taking this off because it is hot. Like I said, this is where I place my feet. So instead of going like right here, I go right here and I'm pressing with my heels. Just for the hip thrusts, my toes are literally not being used, just my heels I'm pushing from. These are gonna activate your shelf. So if I flex, you guys are gonna be able to see that muscle right here. That's where it's gonna activate, all right here. Now we're gonna do some hip thrusts. We're gonna do dumbbell hip thrusts. Usually I do 100 pounds, but I'm really cramping bad today, so I think we'll do at 90 pounds. We'll just spam the reps. We'll just do high reps today. Okay guys, before we start, I am gonna put my booty band back on so the glute activation can be 10 times more. Put it right up over our knees. The easiest way to pick up a heavy dumbbell is by grabbing it like this, putting it on your thighs, and then sitting down with it. That is the easiest way, trust me. I've tried all the other ways and that's the easiest. And then you're gonna just slide down with it. Oh my God, the bench almost flipped over. Make sure you have a good placement on your back. Make sure you're holding the dumbbell in place, bracing your core, pushing your knees against the band, going down, keeping your chin tucked, pushing from your heels, squeezing at the top. What I like to use for people to understand how to do hip thrusts is to think of your hips as an ice cream scooper. So you're scooping up and forward. An ice cream scooper goes like this, right? So that's your hips. Every time you do hip thrusts, think of that. A lot of reps today. You're gonna get a juicy pump. And then for the last one, you wanna hold it. Hold it and squeeze your glutes for as long as you can. Okay. And I like to just get back up like this. But be careful. You don't want to hurt yourself. I like to do 4 sets total. Anytime I do hip thrusts, I'm always doing 4 sets. Now we're gonna do step ups on the Smith machine. I already have it set up here. We're putting a bench straight down the middle, and I have 15 pounds on each side. With single leg movements, you always want to start with your weaker and smaller side. I think let's see, what's my smaller? Okay, yeah, my smaller glute is definitely my left glute, so I'm gonna start with my left side first. So the leg that you're pushing from, you're gonna want to put on the bench, and you're gonna put the bar right on your traps, lift up. You want to have your working leg like a little forward, so you're pushing from your heels. Like I said with every other glute workout, you're pushing from your heels. You want to like squeeze your back to make that shelf that the bar could sit on. First thing you want to do is brace your core. Second thing you want to do is start hinging back with your hips, bending at the knee, and then once you get to the bottom, barely tap your non-working leg on the ground, and you're going to push from your heels. So you're using your glutes to bring you back up. And at the top, your non-working leg, you could kind of like bring it up to squeeze your glute. The other side, same thing. Brace, hinge at your hips, bend at the knee, tap, go up. If you're a beginner, doing step-ups on the Smith machine is going to be 10 times easier because you don't have to focus on balancing, or like you don't have to focus on your grip from holding the dumbbells. You can really focus on just the movement, getting used to the movement, and activating your glutes. So I highly recommend doing it on the Smith machine like this rather than the dumbbells until you're more advanced. But even then, like, I've been working out for 5 years and I prefer the Smith machine like way more than dumbbells. I am gonna add some weights. I think I'm gonna add 10 pounds. Those kill me every time. But with these, I only do 3 sets. Since it is a single leg movement, single leg movements, I usually only do 3 sets. Since you have to do each leg, you're using a lot more energy. For the next workout we're gonna do hyperextensions. I know a lot of people have a hard time activating their glutes on these. Usually their problem is their back takes over. I'm gonna show you guys some tips and tricks I like to do to activate my glutes a lot more. You wanna make sure your calves are up against the pad so it has you locked in. And I like to put my feet as far apart as I can. I point my toes a little bit outward. And you want to have the pad right under your hips so you could hinge at your hips like I was saying before. You always want to hinge to activate your glutes. Your arms are just hooks holding the weight, rounding your back, squeezing at the top. Squeeze your glutes. This is also another way you can hold the weight, which I feel like helps you keep your back rounded and really activate your glutes a little bit more. So I like that way too. Now I'm gonna do some bodyweight ones. Oh shoot, that burns. Okay guys, oh that's all I got. I'm dripping sweat right now. This is crazy. You know